talking about like what if he comes and tries to do this again or what have you. I spoke with Mary just to let her know, like, not like we're like upset with her or anything. But just so she was aware that this might become, I don't know, the new meta or something where people pretend to be Mosley's employees to steal vehicles. But I don't know. Uh it's also tough because it's the one hand of like, it's also like one of those, yes, there's something wrong with you, but it's also not an excuse. Like it's an explanation, but it's also not an excuse for your actions. It's like someone
Right.
saying, I did this thing because I have anxiety. Okay, anxiety doesn't just make you an asshole.
You're
Mm,
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to reach out to judges. I'm going to request some form of like emergency authorization to
mm.
send someone to prison pending a mental evaluation, where the 72-hour period still holds. And then I'm going to try my best to organize that mental evaluation happening. I can't promise anything. Obviously we still have things not in place, but what I just want to do the most I can before
No, I
resorting back
get you.
to, the system is broken, you know?
Yeah, we want to try
Unfortunately,
and nip all those problems we used to have in the bud, right?
exactly. Exactly. All right.
I understand. I appreciate people like you who do their due diligence to
Aw,
actually try and give a shit.
I I appreciate that, Kiki. And
Mm,
all right, I'm gonna hang up. I appreciate you. And thank you so much
yeah,
for some insight.
yeah. Anytime. You have my number now.
I do. I do. I took it from your profile, by the way. Thank you for having it in
That
there.
is that is fine. My only concern was if it would be public, but I was told staff profile numbers are not public, so it's fine.
Perfect. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye. All right, Mr. Smith.
What did you just do?
Hopefully, I can get a response here shortly. I do apologize for the delay. I'm just reaching
It's
out
all
to
right, mate. I
judges
don't
to
mind.
get
I was
further
swimming in the
clarification.
water for half an hour.
Oh,
I ain't got nothing to do, bro.
all right.
My
Perfect.
schedule's free for the next 4 months.
Perfect. Give me just a moment, and I will let you know when I'm good to go.
All right, mate. Sorry, I've got a bit of a bad chest. Is it bad for your lungs if you inhale a ladybird?
If you inhale a what?
Yeah, I didn't. A ladybird, like a ladybug. I didn't eat it. I just
Uh,
sucked it up.
oh my god! I just coughed thinking about it. That's disgusting.
I just sucked one up there by accident. I was trying to get the worm next to it, but I got a fucking ladybird as well. Is that bad for you?
Yeah, probably.
Fuck's sake.
Uh, all right, hold on. Let's reread. Make sure that we are understanding it correctly. Held until trial. No citizen shall be held in state custody under Parsons for longer than 72 hours without their right therapist within those 72 hours and will be released if no release or treatment terms have been set for said citizen within those 72 hours. Um, um, doesn't indicate, but it does imply.
Have you got a screwdriver?
I do not, unfortunately. I wish I did. Sorry, pal.
It's hurting my fingernails pulling these bolts out of this vent.
Uh, all right. We have reached out to judges.
I just want to slide, put that on my life. Like it's 2055.
Okay. So,
Hello.
Mr. Smith, here's I'm giving you an update. I don't have an answer as of yet, and nor will I
It's
know if
alright,
I'm going
bro.
to get one.
It's alright, mate.
But I have reached out to judges. Essentially, I'm requesting authorization to um, temporarily send you to prison. Unfortunately, the Constitution indicates Parsons, but Parsons is not available. Um, so I'm asking for authorization to be able to send you to prison for up to 72 hours pending a mental evaluation. And I will do my best to ensure that,
72 hours in jail.
well, the purpose is to ensure that you get help. You've asked for help. You may not remember.
No, I don't. No.
No.
Whoa, bro.
What?
Hold your fucking horses there, bro.
Okay.
Oh, shit to get done, mate.
I understand that, but you know it's not going to get done.
Bro.
Anything if you continue down the path that you're going down. You continue going down this path.
I'll be alright.
You know what? Here's the reality. You might be, okay? You might be all right. But if something happened to you because I released you early or because a doctor wasn't available and you did something stupid as a result without receiving treatment, listen, I may not like you. We may not be the best of friends, but the moment you asked for help, it was like all it didn't matter at that point.
What, you don't like me?
It's not that I don't like you. I don't like what you've done.
Am I going to get fined a lot of money here or what?
Potentially.
I don't care about the fine, bro. Fuck the fine. I couldn't give a fuck. Am I going to be in a straitjacket, bro? In Bolingbroke, bro? Don't do that to me, bro. It'll make me worse.
I don't.
Please, bro.
I don't know. I don't know.
Help. I don't need help off no one. I need fresh air. I need to go out there. I need to get back out there in the you know. Please, bro.
All right, give me 1 second.
Just ring them all and say it was a prank call and just let me out. Sorry, I went a bit Verstappen mode.
Oh, it's all right. Listen, it happens. It happens. Totally normal. Don't worry.
I took a bolt out that vent. I was gonna try and crawl out of it.
I'm sorry. What was that?
I pulled a bolt out of that vent there with my thumbnail, twisted it out.
Jesus.
And I was gonna try and crawl out through the ventilation system. Do you want to come in here and have a game of the floor is lava with me?
No.
First one to
No.
touch the floor loses. You get burnt if you lose. I'm good at this though, you know. Used to play it with my uncle all the time. But when we used to play it, he used to make me get in my underpants.
Okay, so for some context, I have reached out to judges. A judge should be here shortly, so that I can discuss options with them. In addition, I've also reached out to Pixie, who
Pixie
is
the singer.
No. A doctor, a doctor who may be able to help you. The thing is, in addition to the fact that some of these systems just genuinely are not in place, given the whole financial collapse, the sort of follow-up issue is that today is Christmas Eve. It is Christmas tomorrow, and most people are probably gonna want a day off after that.
Yeah,
And if I do 5150 you,
I don't want to be there over Christmas, bro. I've got to go and see me
I
kids.
understand, but here's the thing. I want to ensure that you seek the help that you asked for. And you might sit here and say, "Well, no, I don't want the help anymore." The
No, I do
moment you
want
said
it,
it
bro.
once,
I'll come and get it after Christmas.
what if you don't make it to Christmas?
I'll make it to Christmas, bro.
You say that, but how do you know?
I just know. Trust me, bro. Trust me. Trust me. Don't worry about me, bro. Worry about your barber's vision because he's pushing shit back. But trust me, bro. I'll be alright. I'll just go out here now or whatever. Go do what you want to do. But I've got to go. I forgot it was Christmas, bro. I've got to go and see the fucking kids. I've got to go and sort my dog out. I've got all sorts to do, bro. I ain't even got my fucking tree up yet. I've got to go put the tree up.
Huh? The tree on Christmas Eve?
And if I don't go to the job centre and sign on, I'm gonna lose my money as well, bro. It's gonna fuck
Oh
me up.
my
This fucking
gosh.
sectioning shit is, bro. Or will they put me money up?
Well, once I get some answers, I will um I'll communicate that to you, okay?
All right, bro.
But if essentially how this would work is obviously again you would be held pending that mental evaluation. If you'd have already been released prior to you receiving the results of that,
Yeah.
then it'll essentially be considered time served, and well, I'm assuming at least, and you'd be issued the fine. That's if they deem you mentally okay. If they don't deem you mentally okay, you would very likely be held until there is some kind of plan in place to ensure that you receive the treatment that you need. Okay?
What?
What I said was um, essentially only a couple of things are likely going to happen here. Either you get a mental, or well, for starters, let me take a few steps back. If I send you to prison pending this mental evaluation, and you receive that mental evaluation and would have already served your time by that point, you will be released once you conclude that mental evaluation if you are deemed mentally okay. All right? If you are not deemed mentally okay, you would only be released once there is a plan in place at a minimum to ensure that your treatment and a plan is in order. But again, I'm seeking approval from judges in addition to reaching out to doctors to try to get this situated. But I don't have a solid answer as of now. I'm trying.
Can I go out on bail?
Not until you've concluded the mental evaluation for 5150.
What's a 5150?
It is a up to 72-hour hold pending a mental evaluation. It's for a doctor to ask you questions to determine whether or not you are okay enough to not be a danger to yourself and others.
I'm not a fucking danger. I've got pictures on my Facebook with cats.
You told me if you made a noise, all of the ocean, animals would attack us. You told me that the worms and maggots speak to you.
But they do, though.
You also told me you needed help or your medication or something to that extent. What medication do you take?
Just wanted to try and get some free fentanyl when I said that, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. I've heard it's a good buzz. Apart from the fact that it makes your gums peel off. Apparently it's alright for 10 minutes.
What?
I'm not on medication, bro. I just wanted fentanyl.
Well, maybe, once we conclude this situation, maybe you can see a doctor and potentially get medication to hopefully resolve whatever may be wrong or may be off. Listen, I'm just trying. I'm trying my
What
best
if I
here.
don't want to see a doctor? What if I just say no? I don't want to. I'm not doing it.
Well, I mean, there is a 5150, but there are extensions to 5150s that, I mean, we can indefinitely extend and hold you pretty much forever if you don't want to be compliant.
What?
I mean, why wouldn't, ultimately, right? All you have to do is essentially prove to a doctor that you're mentally all there, right? You be honest with them, you tell them exactly what's going
But
on.
I'm not though.
Okay, and that is exactly why I want to get you the help that you need.
I'm not dangerino, bro. That was just all that back there, right? Do you want me to be completely real with you?
Give me 1 second.
I'm skinned and I wanted a burger.
Any officer that can assist with the latest 311. Alternatively, EMS, is there any chance I could get one of you guys to pick up the judge from City Hall? I know that's a tall ask. Hold on 1 second. 130 radio check. Is there anyone available, whether that be PD or EMS, that can give the judge a ride from City Hall to Mission Row?
Here we go. The judge is coming down.
That Rose, I'm so sorry. A judge needs a ride from where?
The judge is gonna be here.
City Hall to Mission Row.
From where?
From City Hall to Mission Row.
I'm picking up a car repair at Mosley's. I can pick him up and bring him to the station.
10-4. Do you know how long it'll be roughly?
They're finishing up. I'm ready to go right now.
10-4. Alice is on the way to pick you up. Okay. Do me a favor. Sit tight. Judge should be here.
Bro, I ain't going nowhere.
I know. I know. It'll just be a few minutes, okay?
Yeah, bro.
113. Who am I picking up? I'm sorry.
Brittany Angel.
Where?
You can call Pixie again. All right, an officer is picking up the judge. The judge is going to be dropped off here soon, and hopefully I get a response from a therapist shortly. In the meantime, I do have to write up a few things, so give me a second.
Say that again, bro. The maggots were singing to me.
Oh, okay. I am going to write up a quick statement. Yeah. While I do that, just know that a judge is on the way. They're being picked up by an officer and will be dropped off shortly, okay?
Yeah, okay then. Watch what I say then. If you like champagne, swing my way then.
Rainbow, thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Roads, informed by EMS that an ambulance had been stolen at the hospital. Shortly after, and informed by the radio that the apartment on Ave. On arrival, Rhodes saw the ambulance. Thing A. Driving at high rates of speed. Closing lanes Travel and um. uh, 1 point. Oh god, I can't type. Um. Well, actually, let's see. Hmm. I don't know if it was 911 or 311. Is it listed? No. I
Do you
do
want a death roll
apologize.
for $4?
No, not right now. I do apologize.
$1.
No, sir.
Okay.
It had to have been after this. So confused.
Ow.
Right here. Hmm.
Right, right. Yeah, it definitely is a lot bigger. I like that though. Mm. Hello, Rhodes.
Hello. Sorry.
My apologies for taking so long.
No, don't worry. You look great. Oh my gosh.
Thank you. You do too.
Thank you.
The blue suits you.
Uh,
Shit house. Shit house. Shit house.
okay. So
What was the
actually,
problem?
let's take a few steps back over here.
Sure.
Oh, let me listen. Oh, fuck off then. I'll just fucking have a dance again, shall I?
All right. So this individual's name is Nip Smith, right?
Nip Smith. Okay.
Yep. I'm gonna try to give you a quick rundown best I can. We get informed by EMS that an ambulance is stolen by an individual. Seconds later, someone indicates that the vehicle is at the apartments off of Palomino. So I rush there. I arrive. I see the ambulance. It's backed up to Building A. My lights and sirens are on. I approach. As soon as I approach, they flee. We're sent throughout a pretty lengthy pursuit throughout the city. We attempt to pit the ambulance on megaphone, telling them to pull over. It didn't matter. They just continued over and over and over again. Eventually, it flips. It flips by the canals. They jump into the canals, and they're running on foot with a knife in hand. At some point, they took cover behind a wall briefly and then charged an officer, tried to push the officer. I suspect that they intended on trying to stab said officer. That's neither here nor there. After that failed, they continued to run. They eventually get into the water. They begin swimming away. Now, obviously, it's freezing outside. But they swim from essentially the civilian docks all the way to the pier. Oh, sorry, apologies. All right, so they pretty much swim all the way to the pier. And while they're at the pier, Alice, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but correct me if I'm wrong. The individual indicated if we had gone into the water, they would stab us.
Yeah, he said that if we got into the water, that he would stab us as soon as we entered the water towards in his general area. He had also mentioned that when we were pursuing him on foot while he was on the beach, if we got near him, he would stab us then as well.
So all of this sounds not like, not the craziest thing in the world. However, the issue I run into is that throughout the pursuit at different times, there was a time in which he said he needed his medication. There were other times from the start of this up until now where the individual indicated that they needed help. He has told me that the worms and maggots are speaking to him. He made a sound indicating that if he had made that sound while he was in the water, all of the ocean animals and creatures would have attacked us. In fact, he made the sound here and said that, you just wait, they're coming. And I'm going to be real.
Roads.
Yeah. I want a 5150 him. But that's the issue.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he's Aquaman.
No. Here's the issue. The Constitution implies that the person should be at Parsons. It doesn't specifically indicate, but it does mention Parsons, right? Parsons, from my understanding, is not operational. But in addition to that, there's no official psych department. And my concern is that if I send him to prison for these charges, he will be out, I imagine, in not too long from now, and he's going to do the same thing over and get himself killed. He got shot today as a result of his actions, right? And I think if he is not given the help that at points in time that he's requesting, he's going to get himself killed. And so my concern here is whether or not I have the ability to send him to prison for up to 72 hours pending a mental evaluation. I unfortunately don't have a response from a doctor. I've specifically reached out to Pixie because I know that was her area of expertise in the past. But I want to get this dude the help he needs. That is my priority. I just don't know. Like, everything is sort of stacked against him at this point. The time of year, right? Christmas Eve, we have Christmas. The day after, people probably, may not be back from vacations. I don't know. And I don't want him to go 72 hours without getting a mental evaluation.
That's understandable.
And while I understand the legal route here is very likely, charge him, and if he wants, he can attempt to appeal it with, the defense of being insane, right? My concern is that, like, I'm sort of conflicted in that I'm sort of simultaneously stating I don't think he's mentally all there, while also simultaneously saying, here are the consequences for your actions, which, if this were any other person not going through whatever he's going through would be reasonable. But it's much like an example I gave earlier is like, if I know someone's drunk and I ask them to sign a contract stating they give me all of their money, that's not valid, right? Like,
that's true. Yes.
So in this situation, you could consider him, drunk, mentally not there, right? And I don't feel comfortable sending him to prison knowing he's going to get out and do the same thing over again and get himself hurt. He stole an ambulance. He also hit an EMS in the process. I mean, I don't know if it was intentional, but, like, through the pursuit, Alice, he slammed into your car on Vespucci, San Andreas, whichever. Yeah, Vespucci. I fear he's going to do it again if he doesn't get help.
I understand that fear.
And it sucks because, again, I know certain systems aren't in place at the moment, but if I don't do my due diligence to try my hardest to ensure that I'm doing everything I can, if something happened to him, even though, yeah, sure, we can sort of all throw it to, it's his responsibility or it's his consequences. Like,
Hmm.
You know, sometimes people are in a position in which they kind of need to be pushed in a certain direction for them to be able to get help.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that if you were to release him on the streets right now, do you think he would go hurt someone?
100%.
In your professional opinion?
Yeah, 100%. There isn't a doubt in my mind.
Okay. So, from my understanding, as far as Parsons is, we still have the security up there. So he could still be sent there, but there are no staff there to actually help him with his mental issues. There's no one to look over him and give him an evaluation outside of Pixie, who are employed at the hospital and they're not employed at Parsons itself. So, as far as whether this man is going to be released on the streets, there's not a doubt in my mind that he is not going to be released to roam freely without getting somehow. The question ultimately lies in where he'll be spending that time. So, have you reached out to Pixie and she didn't respond at all? They're not
I
responding
have.
right.
It's only been about 20 minutes or so. I haven't received a response. I don't know if she's reaching out to available doctors. I don't know if she's going to be available. As soon as I have a response, I mean, I'm down to give it, 10, 15 minutes, given it's only been 20 so far. But ideally, like best case scenario is if she was available and she was able to conduct a mental evaluation, we don't even have to worry about the 5150 unless
So it'd make it very simple.
unless it's determined that like mentally he's not all there. But according to the Constitution, the only requirement really is to ensure that there is like a plan in place, if I recall correctly. I might be paraphrasing here.
Can you show me exactly where?
It's under held
where you're
until
thinking?
trial. It's only the last few sentences. It states, no citizen shall be held in state custody under Parsons for longer than 72 hours without their right to a therapist within those 72 hours and will be released if no release or treatment terms have been set for said citizen within those 72 hours. But here's
Right.
the reality.
Mhm.
That's kind of telling me that the 5150 is for the sole purpose. Like, okay, hypothetical. Let's say mentally he's not all there, right?
Sure.
Gets 5150. Pixie's available immediately. She conducts a mental evaluation, says he's mentally not all there. They set a plan for help, right? Just setting a plan, whether that be scheduling an appointment, whether that be being medicated, whatever it is, right? Is that the only legal requirement? Oh, Pixie's calling me.
That's
Oh,
perfect.
oh my
That's so
God. Okay.
wonderful.
Pixie,
Hello.
I am so sorry.
There's only a couple people I would roll out of bed uncaffeinated for.
Oh,
It better be good.
well, how do you feel about a man who stole an ambulance, ran over an EMS, I don't know if intentional, fled from the police in said ambulance, probably tried to stab a cop, jumped at freezing water, stayed in the ocean for quite some time, threatened officers with said knife if we attempted to get him, was shot down, told us that if he made a certain noise while he was in the water, the ocean creatures and animals would have attacked us, to include sharks, whales, crabs, otters, and everything in between. And that again, the worms and maggots spoke to him. How's
Huh.
that?
And who is this individual?
Nip Smith.
Did you realize there's nowhere to put people like that?
I know. But here's the thing, right? If a mental evaluation was conducted and it was deemed that, mentally he is all there, and maybe this is just some act, I don't know. Oh, actually, important bit before I continue. Throughout this, at certain points in times, he did indicate that he wanted his medication. In addition, he did at points in times either directly state or imply that he wanted help. And for me, I understand that there aren't systems in place, but I'm trying my hardest to acknowledge, because when someone says that they need help, that's typically not done easily. And sometimes when people act out, as you know, it's sort of a cry for help. And I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I barely understand the guy because you know, this isn't something I deal with on a daily basis.
Right, right.
So I need a mental evaluation done on someone. And then I'm going to speak to the judge to determine what happens after the mental evaluation, because according to the Constitution, it states something to the extent of they're only there pending that mental evaluation, which I understand, right? But if you deem them crazy or insane or whatever it is, whatever the determination is, I think the only legal requirement is that, you know, something be planned for their treatment moving forward. So I'm trying to determine with Judge Angel here whether or not, like, what the actual requirement is.
Yeah, because I technically, it's just me.
Okay.
I don't have a facility. I don't have an office. I have no place to conduct my business. So I'm kind of like, mm, I
There's
mean,
a lot of
yeah,
unknowns.
yeah.
Okay.
I would. I'm still trying to get my skeleton crew is one, and she's having difficulty getting here. And so I'm kind of like, and I'm working the hospital.
I
Do you know
know.
I'm almost at $30,000? That's how much I've been working. That's a lot.
Yeah, that is.
That's a lot. That
That
tells you
is.
how much I've been working. I'm
Yeah.
tired. I'm so
Yep.
tired.
I understand. I understand.
111 and 113.
Um,
What's your
give
status?
me 1 second.
We're Ocean King. Just
on.
talking to an informant.
Okay.
Alice, would you be able to pick up food? Could you get like 4 meals? I'm so sorry.
I have a. I was just about to go 42. I have a burger and water on me. Do you need more than that?
Yeah, if possible.
Let me see if I can order something really quick. Hold on.
Have 4, thank you. Okay, sorry, Pixie. I apologize. Okay, so I know there's no facility, but if I can get you and him in a room, obviously with him cuffed, given the circumstances, would that be sufficient to at least, yeah, and I won't be overhearing your conversation or anything.
Right.
Would that be sufficient for a mental evaluation?
Yes. that would.
Okay. Because from my understanding, if he's deemed, not, I don't necessarily want to say crazy, but not mentally all there, then I charge him accordingly. And he gets sent to prison, and if he wants to try to appeal it in the future, with, insanity as a defense, that's on him to prove, him and his attorney. But if he is deemed not all there, then I would likely hold off on pressing charges, obviously prioritizing his treatment. And then we can try to figure out
pizza delivered.
what's going on from
Waters.
there.
They're gonna be here.
So first, is he on anything?
I'm gonna leave that up to you to determine. I don't know if he's on anything.
Well, because I mean,
He was speaking to
medically,
worms and maggots.
right? And he
He
says
did
his
ask
office
for
medication.
alcohol.
Huh.
Yeah, I did ask for clarification on his medication. He did say it was an attempt for him to get fentanyl. I don't know. I don't know. He isn't exactly my biggest fan. Oh, you know what? He is. Have you ever death rolled? He's a death roller. He likes to death roll, even for small things.
Okay, he's insane. So go ahead and use that as a quarter. Just throw him in. Just throw him in MaxSec. Death
I-
rolls are no. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. It's those people are.
For context, it was a death roll from 666. I lost, but the terms were, if I won, I got his fingerprint for free. If I didn't
Are you
win,
talking to me or Pixie?
no, I'm talking to Pixie, but I'm making sure you can overhear this conversation.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I just got my earpiece on. If I lost, I would have to pay him $4, but still get the fingerprint. So, like, the terms aren't excessive, you know?
I'm not caffeinated for that. If I encounter that, I will quit my job and kill him on the spot.
Ooh, okay.
I don't. I'm not. I don't have a coffee. Why? Why already? It's the holidays.
I know
Tell
it's the
roll
holidays.
up,
I
roll
know.
up a newspaper. Take a newspaper, roll it up, and smack him on the nose. And you tell him to knock it off.
Pixie, we've already shot him.
They'll shoot him again.
I
I'm
can't.
walking over there. I'm on my way over. Just
Okay.
I have
Just
to walk. So
311 when you get here, okay?
fine.
Thank you, Pixie. I
I'm
appreciate it.
so tired. I'm just so
Bye.
tired.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Oh no. Pixie is tired. She said
Well, I
that
mean,
fuck,
she's usually asleep right now, isn't she?
probably she's also not caffeinated. This is going to be the worst Pixie we've ever seen.
Oh, I'm not caffeinated either. It's okay. She'll be fine. I'm
Pixie's
sure of it.
fuel is coffee. No
Is it
food.
really?
Well, I mean, some food. We're talking like bread, cheese, butter, like,
Mm.
but coffee. Coffee's like 90% of Pixie. You know how humans have like an insane amount of water? It's not
Right.
water, it's coffee.
She's just pure
Caffeine.
coffee.
Yes. Through and
Alright.
through.
Well, fair enough. Well, listen, I just want to give you some of my thoughts and some of the guys
Okay.
that we're probably going to be going forward with here. I'd like to stick around for the evaluation if that's all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Parsons, from my understanding, is still a place that we could send him. There is no process. I'm sure you remember a long time ago we used to have
Forms.
documents and forms
Yes.
and all that
Mhm.
stuff. There are no forms for that right now. So the only way I would be comfortable with putting him in there is if after Pixie is done with this evaluation, we can figure something out to make sure that he's going to be getting treatment. But as it stands, we'll see how this goes. If it goes well and he's deemed to be safe enough to be on the streets, then I suppose that you could just send him in for his charges, and that can be that. And if it's not, then we can talk about a treatment plan and put him into Parsons.
Perfect. Works for me. The only thing is, I have no issue with you being present for the evaluation. We do have an interrogation room where you would obviously be able to hear them. They wouldn't be able to hear you. I wouldn't feel comfortable overviewing said conversation, so I. Oh,
Get
uh,
over here now.
yeah. Here,
Get
just listen to
over
this guy.
here.
Okay, sure.
Okay,
Hold
sorry.
on.
Apologies.
I've just about had enough of this.
Okay. All right. What's going on, pal?
I want to go home.
Okay. Well, good news. We have a doctor on the way. They will be here shortly, and
The
then
doctor.
y'all will have a conversation with each other. Okay. You are. What's going on?
Getting frustrated.
I understand.
Very frustrated, bro.
I understand the
Sitting in here
frustration.
for 19 days straight.
What? And I mean, it hasn't been that long. It's been, just a wee bit of time.
Yeah, I know. I don't mind, honestly. Yeah, I ain't. I just I'm confused. Yeah, I'm distressed. And
Why are you
angry.
confused?
I just want to go home. This is
I-
bollocks, mate.
I
What a shit.
understand. I
And
understand.
You've turned up here and done nothing.
That's actually not true. That's not true. Though, I do have a question for you.
What?
When was the last time you spoke to the worms and maggots?
What worms and maggots?
Oh.
Those fellas.
Oh?
The little wiggly boys.
Yeah.
I don't know, but oh, fuck knows. They're always talking. Sometimes I just fucking zone out. They're always waffling, but I just don't listen to them half the time.
Okay.
Listen. They were saying hamburger, but at first I thought they said ambulance, and then I thought they said they were saying hamburger. I thought they said ambo, so I was like, all right, like ambo, ambulance. Right, yeah, I'll go nick an ambulance. And then there was like Rambo. I thought they said Rambo. So I got the knife out. But it turns out there was fucking saying hamburger. You got a burger by any chance?
I do not, though I am getting food delivered. That way, there's no issue with anyone being hungry. All right.
All right.
And what about the sea animals? You communicate with them recently?
I've not been in the fucking water.
Yeah, I mean you were just swimming like half an hour ago.
I was trying, but there wasn't kicking about, was there? Is there a fish tank in here? I'll try it and show you. I'm not lying, bro.
There isn't. But I mean
Where's
you.
Fish
I mean-
tank. Get me a fish. Get me a goldfish in a bowl, yeah? I guarantee I can chat to it, bro.
Okay.
100% I can chat to that goldfish, bro. Make it do something.
Didn't you say you were gonna get the sharks and whales and crabs and otters and everything else
Lobsters,
to attack
stingrays.
us?
Yeah.
And how would you do that?
Right. You're clearly making me demonstrate for her over there. So, here,
Yep.
look. This is what I
Okay.
do, yeah? Because I was, from a youngster, yeah, I was in the water all the time. I almost developed a set of gills, yeah? So, I managed to get a relationship with the sea creatures and that. Anyway, I was like a marine junkie. So, I'd just, if I ever needed them, I could be like, I'd go, "Ah, ah, ah," and they'd just turn up. Like in that Avatar, that new Avatar film. Something like that. But I wasn't touching tails with them.
Okay.
Sorry.
Alright. That's all right. That is all right. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
But
Oh.
I'm not going to admit that to a doctor. I'm going to lie so I can go home.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, if
Okay?
sure.
Unless I get fentanyl. Can I get fentanyl?
I mean, I'm not a doctor, but a doctor would be able to provide that to you if they deemed it necessary.
Okay.
Maybe you should be honest with the doctor.
Can I have a phone call, please? Can I make a phone call?
Not right now, unfortunately.
Why not?
Well, you are in custody, and you're not legally entitled to a phone call unless you want an attorney.
No, I'm not on about the legal. I just mean like, just maybe sort me out. Let me have a phone call.
Oh, apologies. Doctor's here. I'm gonna go get her. Okay.
Wanker.
I'll be back.
Don't leave me here with him.
You now see why?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. Ah.
It's interesting that he seems to be aware enough of his condition to lie about it.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Really quick, could I get you here? Can I get you in this room over here?
Okay.
I just want to make sure that I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Hello? Yeah, I can't hear you.
76 at latest 911.
Yeah, I was yelling at you, but you couldn't hear me.
Perfect. Oh, this is so good.
Yeah,
They
it worked
reinforced
perfectly.
the.
Do you want to have?
Yeah, I got
Damn it.
told the last
Pixie
time I
come
came through here that the
downstairs.
soundproofing wasn't working.
Perfect. 10-9?
You want Pixie to come down to the cells? Where do you
Yes,
want her?
please. I was about to be on my way up, but if you can bring her down, I'd appreciate that.
I'm bringing her down with the lunch.
10-4. All right, Pixie's arriving with the lunch.
Cool.
Let's see.
I'm gonna be honest, Raz. I never really thought we'd be working in a capacity like this ever.
I know. Who would have thought? Are you
Yeah,
enjoying
I really
it?
thought the judge would be writing up. I am enjoying it. Yes, actually. It's
That's
really nice.
good. That's good. I'm
It's,
glad.
I feel like a changed woman. Honestly, I didn't realize how stressful and agonizing the job was to do until after I quit. And I feel like a completely different person, honestly.
I hope that you are thoroughly enjoying what you're doing now, because if you are and you like it, stick to what you find comfortable and thoroughly enjoy doing, right?
Right.
It's kind of like you remember when we were high command and then the restructure happened. I'm gonna be real. Being a trooper and like having that level of respect and not having the same level of responsibility that I had prior was such a refreshing reminder of enjoying the day to day without having the, burden of an entire department on my shoulders at all times and dealing with just problem after problem after problem. Because even though I believe myself to be someone who is competent and capable of dealing with these things, I think everyone, regardless of who you are, regardless of how strong-willed you are, I think everyone suffers from some form of burnout when you deal with the same thing over and over.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm in one of
You're
the
100%.
interrogation rooms. I'm coming out now. Sorry, we were just making sure that these were one way. Oh.
That's probably why I'm enjoying this job so much.
Yeah, and the reality is, if there ever comes a time where you're not enjoying it, I can't see a world in which you wouldn't be a phenomenal police officer.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
It's the
All right,
truth.
let me give you this.
Thank
Here's
you.
the pizza slices and the water.
Perfect.
And here's
Thank
the
you.
burger. And here's another water.
Oh, thank you.
You wouldn't happen to have anything extra, would you?
I don't
Here,
think he's
here.
gonna eat all of that, but
Oh, okay. I'm a bit hungry.
We'll assume,
Burger's
but
all yours, and I'll give you the
Thank
drink.
you.
One moment.
Thank you.
the burger has everything on it. Hopefully you like a cheeseburger with everything.
You don't mind if I smoke in the interrogation other side, do you?
I don't mind personally. No.
All right, thank you.
There we are.
All right.
Uh,
You need anything else from me before
Good
I go?
afternoon.
Hi. Good
I am
morning.
so sorry. Pixie, it bothers me that my last email to you was 3 years ago, also asking, "Are you available?"
Yeah. Yet here
I'm an awful friend.
Crawled out of bed.
I'm out of here. If
I'm-
you need anything,
No coffee.
Take care.
I'm so
is
sorry.
the death penalty a option here?
No.
Okay, because he just called me
No.
a silly cunt. So
Oh,
Well,
he did.
That's not worthy of being executed. I
No.
don't think.
He did imply, by the way, that he was gonna lie so that he could just be released.
Well, I witnessed his behavior.
Oh.
Yeah, he's fighting invisible demons or whatever the fuck he is. The worms, the maggots.
Oh.
Yeah. I honestly would like a full medical workup on him to see what is in his system and if there's some sort of imbalance. That would be my recommendation, because usually that's what I used to do.
Okay.
I don't know how you want to go about this.
Do you want him transported to the hospital?
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see who's on.
Okay.
Let me see who's working.
Sure.
He's not strong enough to break cuffs, is he?
I'm sure he'll scream it, but
Are we certain that he's not really Aquaman? Is he actually calling fish on you?
no. He got shot in the water, and not a single fish came to his aid.
Okay, that's good enough proof for me that he's not really
Yeah.
Aquaman.
Yeah. I'm
You
not
can never
too
be certain,
worried.
Rhodes. You can never be certain.
You know what? When he was talking about gills, I had to remind him it was probably just wrinkles.
Yeah, probably. He probably has a lot of those.
Yeah, I mean, don't forget, worms and maggots, he was talking to him, or so he says. It's not really, not a good thing.
Yeah, not really.
No, that is.
Man, you think he'd be
Okay.
upset if I approached him and said, the doctor has already determined this is a problem?
Well, it kind of is when.
I won't say that, by the way.
But he's talking to whoever and fighting them and telling them to get out of his cell and to get off of him. So
Ooh.
yeah, I don't know if he's. That's what I want to have, like a full medical to figure out what's going on with him. The only thing is though, the scan is, we can't do an MRI because, he's gonna have cuffs. So that's
Oh,
gonna be a problem.
no.
Couldn't you get some of those like riot zip ties?
Wait.
Those extra thick ones.
Yeah, I have some right here.
Do you have any of those?
All right, that would work.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Those
Okay,
look-
we
look
got
good.
4 doctors on duty. Hopefully, because a lot of people are forgetting to clock off, but I think there's 4 there, so if we want to go ahead and do that, because
Okay.
I mean, there could be something wrong with him mentally, like physically. And if
Right.
we can rule that out,
And so, question.
yeah.
The legalities behind a 5150, like, does that entitle us to be able to give him an MRI without his consent? Are we
See,
good on
there's
that
no
front?
legislation.
Yeah, I mean, you're more than welcome to do that.
Okay. All right. If that's the case, I will.
This is part of determining a medical treatment course for him anyway. So
You're right.
as far as I'm
Actually,
concerned, legally, it's necessary.
I already can see he's a danger to himself and others by his behavior right now.
yeah.
Just witnessing it.
Okay.
And
Here,
then,
I'm going to give him some food. I'm going to give him a couple slices of pizza, a couple bottles of water. Let him, eat, drink. That way, I don't have to remove him from the zip ties or anything while we're there. And yeah, we'll just go from there. I appreciate the help from both of you. Thank you for being here. I'm gonna be real. If I sent this man out or sent him to prison, and something happened to him, and I made no effort to help, that would not have sat well with me. So, thank you. Thank you. All right, let me go speak with him. Mr. Smith.
What?
Couple things. Number one, I have some water for you.
All right.
Here we are. And I also have
Cheers.
a couple slices of pizza.
Cheers.
Here we are. Let me give that to you as well. All right.
Nice
so,
one.
once you're done eating and drinking, we are gonna go ahead and swing by the hospital. Okay.
What?
Yeah, it'll just be temporary. It'll be temporary. It's a far more fitting area opposed to jail.
All right.
All right.
What-
So
what-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What? Hospital. Go on then. Let's fucking go.
Okay. All right.
Come on, let's go.
I do have to place cuffs on you.
Nah, fuck that, bro. You can't
I-
be arsed with that,
I-
bro.
I-
Nah.
Listen,
can't be arsed with that.
I
Nah, you can fuck off with that one, bro.
well,
Honestly. Ain't happening, bro.
I
Nah,
have to,
nah.
unfortunately.
Nah, do you fuck, bro?
What if we death roll for it, and if I lose, I'll give you $4. But if I
Alright.
win, I put them on.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, you start. And thank you for the raid. I hope you had a
Here
wonderful
we
stream.
go. 2, 3, 4.
Here we are. 77.
Here we go. Bang. 5.
Oh, jeez.
I can't lose a death roll, bro.
Here we are. 1. Fuck. $4 it is.
$4. Listen, I might get arrested more often. There's some proper profit here.
No.
Proper
All right, let me go ahead and place them on.
Fuck off.
What? That was the deal.
Nah, bro. You said to fucking death roll for it.
Yes, as in, if I lose, I'll have to pay $4 to put them on. If I won, it was free.
Oh, fucking put them on then. Soft ones,
All
though.
right.
Don't cuff me ankles. I want to walk.
All right.
We stood in a box for about 4 hours, bro. I just want to walk.
I understand. Hold on. Let me just ask the doctor.
Fuck me, bro.
Yeah.
I imagine. He said he wants to walk. He's been stuck in a box for 4 hours. I imagine that's a no-go.
I mean,
The
he's probably gonna
professional in
run.
me is screaming no.
I don't think you should do it personally.
No.
I really don't.